So I've been looking for a ceiling fan for the man cave, and I got a 20-inch low profile RGB ceiling fan, and I'm going to show you what you get in the box here. I'm going to install this and we're going to test it out. And it is reversible, so in the summer I can blow it one way, and in the winter I can do the other direction. Here's the manual. Kind of show you, here's the bottom of it. And it is remote controlled, and you can connect to it with your cell phone. So that's one of the cool things about this guy. So here's kind of how to install it. Just like any light, follow the instruction, it tells you how to install it. And you only need your normal wiring, because if you have lights, you can replace this. Everything's pretty much done through the remote control. And you can see here's the remote control, how to wire it. Follow the instruction. Here's your cell phone app settings. And it's the Tuya app. And I think I already have that because I got a bunch of Tuya devices on here. But fairly straightforward. You can see some of the controls. You can change the fan, the RGB lights, the intensities, things like that. And it kind of goes through how to clean it. By removing the little bezel, you can do some cleaning. And this one does have a nice ring around the outside and a ring on the inside, so it kind of shines down and out. And I'll show you that here in a second. Let's get him out of the box. There. Box over here. Down. And that is the light, and it is 20 inches, so it's not super huge, but big enough that it's going to move a lot of air. You can see here's the fan inside here. It does have RGB ring in here, and there's also a ring on the side, so it kind of reflects light out and down, so it's going to really make a lot of coverage. And in here, I'm looking more for the fan, but the light's going to make a big difference in here. You can see not super bright in here. I have LED strips up here, fluorescent LEDs, and I want to make it a little brighter in here. And the fan, especially in the summer, it gets hot in here. I can draw the air up. In the winter, I can blow it down and kind of keep it a little nicer in here. So let's open it up and take a look at it. We'll take off the cover. There's no graceful way to do this. All right, I see it's tied on there. And it's fairly lightweight, so it's not going to be super heavy. So you really don't need anything huge to mount it, other than if you got a light in there, you can replace it with this guy. And see, here's the bracket. You can take the bracket off. There's a couple screws in here, and here's the remote. Let's take a look at the remote so we don't lose it. We'll put it somewhere safe. Oh, very nice little remote. Oh, it's got like a little holder, so you can put it somewhere by the light or where everybody can reach it. So that's kind of nice. Fan on off. Looks like some color changing. Oh, we'll go through this later once we get it hooked up. Oh, there's for the fan. Very nice. And let's look at the top. Actually, a really nice fan. I think you can take this off to clean the fans if you ever need to. But all in all, very nice looking fan. It's actually a nice size, bigger than I thought it was going to be. I've had kind of one of the huge blade fans in the other shop, and it was just too big. And this guy, I think, is going to be just about right. So I think what I'll do, I'm going to wire it up really quickly, just so we can test it on the ground, go through all the features, look at it, and then we're going to mount it up on the ceiling. And here it is installed. And we do have the remote here, and it does come with a little hanger, so you can put this on the wall and put it so you don't lose it. Always a good idea. And you see it's got a bunch of different functions here. And you can use the remote. I mostly use the app on the phone because it's a lot easier and a lot more options on there. But basically, I think the main options are, you can do the on-off. I won't turn it off because it will be dark. And the fan on-off right here. So if you turn it on, you can see it kind of spin up there a little bit. And you can change different settings. You got one, and one very quiet. And of course, number 6 is the max. Oops, number 6. And now you can hear it. But it does blow quite a lot of air, and you can switch it. There is a rotation button, so if you want to do blow down or blow up, hit the rotation button, hit the fan, and it'll suck up or it'll suck down, whichever way you set it. So let's turn it on. It's got to finish first. There you go. So it has to stop, and then it'll switch directions. And there you go. So very nice. And you can change all the colors here if you want to. You can change to like the last setting here. I guess the last one was off. Or you can make it lighter, darker, or brighter and lighter. And you can change the colors. There's different effects. So you kind of get the idea. I'll show you some more effects here in a second. So we'll make it red again. Make it flash. And then I'll kind of cycle through the colors and hit the middle button. But yeah, if you definitely want the different effects, the spins and rotations, things like that, use the app. But this will kind of get you kind of started. And go back to white. You hit the main button right here. So really nice. The remote's very useful. Mostly what we're going to do, we're just going to have a white light because this is a kitchen. So the effects, although cool, we're probably not going to use them very much, but much brighter than 2 LED bulbs. So I give it that. Very nice for that. I was kind of worried initially, is this going to be very bright? And I tell you what, very bright. So if you have 2 light bulbs, a fixture with 2 light bulbs, this is way brighter than that. And like I said, you can change the colors. And we're going to do that here in a second. Because I think you can make this yellow, you can make it white, any color you want, different effects. But for kitchen, I think this kind of like a in between yellow and white, very nice. So let's go to the app and take a look at that. So go into the 2U Smart app. And of course, if you see here, we got it in white. We can change the different colors of white. You can make it yellow if you like. Or you can make it as white as you like. Any kind of color of white. I like kind of nice bright. And then if you go into the color section, of course you can change different colors here. Like I can make it red. It's more of a purple actually. There's some blue, green. Kind of get the idea. It's got some presets here, so if you want to do a specific color. The scene mode is kind of interesting. You can see here's a whole bunch of different scenes. And does different effects, which is kind of cool. You can do meteors. Just randomly pick one. Kind of nice sweeping effects. Stacked, falling, or falling. There you go. Some floating. It's kind of cool. There's a lot of neat effects. Bounce. But all in all, really, really nice. Like I said, I must say I'm going to just use this one for the white because I like the white. But it's kind of cool to have all these different effects. And of course the fan, if you go into the fan mode, you can see you got the fan. You can change the different levels. There's 6 different levels. Turn it on. And you can hear it a little bit, but that's fine. It's a fan. And if I want to turn all the way up to 6, you'll really hear it. And there's another really neat feature on here. You can see there's mode fresh and mode nature. And what the nature mode does, it'll kind of speed it up, slow it down. Kind of like a breeze coming and going, that kind of thing, which is kind of cool. And you can change the forward, reverse, the fan. So if you want to do reverse, for like the summer you may want it going up or down, or the winter you want it blowing or sucking, whichever one you want. So all in all, really nice. You can see there's some other options here, but pretty cool. And you can do countdowns, you can have timers, things like that. Like I said, I think most people are just going to use it kind of as a normal light, which I'm going to use, but it's nice to have a light with a fan built in. A really nice light. I'm really impressed with this guy. There you go, 20-inch ceiling fan with LEDs. You can't go wrong with this guy. I got another one coming. I'm going to pick up another one because I got a great spot for it. I like this guy. It's quiet. It's a great size. Doesn't have huge blades. Nice, quiet, and the effects are really cool. So if you got like a game room or a bedroom or something, you just want some nice lighting effects, this is really a great way to go. And for the price, you really can't go wrong.